their record. Well, Jeremy, you are one of the lucky ones, one of the 31 players who's lifted the trophy. And it's great to see these two guys soaking up the atmosphere, high-fiving everybody on their way down to the table, isn't it?
Could get a kiss. Yeah. And the funny thing is, that's where other disciplines kind of teach you those things right there. Okay. Could lay him down behind the 7, the brown 7 with the cue ball. Could go up behind the purple 5, which most would. He's going behind the 7.
May leave a jump shot, you know, may be able to get over both balls.
Oh yeah, he can get over both balls, and the kick isn't terrible either. That's why I was saying maybe go behind the purple with the cue ball, just because you're not ever leaving this jump.
The extension, please.
I'll tell you the way this sits, going over 2 balls, he may make it and just stop his ball behind the pink, not intending to get snookered on the 3.
That's what's happened. So jump cue will stay in Ko's hand. Can he come with back-to-back jump shots? This one is a little harder though. It's not dead straight. Just keep using the jump cue.
Talk about picking up where you left off.
Well, that's why, I mean, you know, if CHUNG or FEDOR GORST break and get a lot of shots, they're totally prepared. You can come either side of the 9. That's the most simple, I think, smartest play.
CHUNG.
Well, what a signal he's sending at the start here. His perfect day continues. 2 wonderful jump shots. Everything else was pretty good as well.
Older tables, the outer tables, you could go pass with English. Now I think he's got to actually go the opposite before the side.
Needs a bit of luck.
He's going to get it.
Well, very tight this. It's difficult for us to see.
I don't think it's makeable. Now, I could be wrong for sure.
If you can't, go on, JJ.
Go ahead, Carl. No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, if you can't quite make it, you could play with a bit of left, turn it over.
Yeah, especially when you're close to it, you can really manipulate the ball.
Extension, please.
Tell you what, he's got a funny safety if he's got to try and chip this and run the cue ball.
Looks like he's playing the chip shot, doesn't it? Coming off the edge, he's got to watch the 4 ball.
He's hit this beautifully. Both these players have come prepared.
Yeah, what a safety shot from the young man. Trying to get his hands on that trophy right there.
CHUNG turned 28 on Monday of last week. He's ranked number 10 in the world, having shot up from 22nd at the start of 2023. It's 2 places lower than GORST.
Needs to catch a rail.
Yeah, he needs some help here.
Foul stroke. No rail after contact, ball in hand.
For anyone who might not be familiar with 9-ball, Carl, just explain to us what happened there.
That's nice, that little bounce. That just means he can just get the cue ball off the rail. That just means playing the 8-ball just is very easy.
No, that's huge, that little bounce, especially early in the set. You know it's a pretty stress-free 3 balls here to get on the board.
We were talking earlier about the matches he's played in single elimination. His closest contest actually came before that in the winners' qualification round to get to the final 64 when American Nicolas de Leon pushed him as far as 9-7.
FEDOR.
All square in the early stages then. It's a long, long road to 13, but you've got to start somewhere.
This is no good.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have tried to get the purple to the purple, right? You know, just play the object ball down on the bottom rail.
He was absolutely free-flowing towards the end of that semi-final against Lucius Jaap. Knew the match was pretty much done and dusted in those last few racks. And now he's got to switch his thinking again. It's a whole new contest. Things won't come as easily here. GORST has already won more racks than Jaap did.
Right.
So, for the first time across his 2 matches today, CHUNG is going to find himself trailing. Because FEDOR GORST has won the 3rd rack. He's 2-1 up in the very early exchanges of this US Open final.
Yeah, and if he sends the cue ball round, like you said, the 9 balls there, the 7 balls there, missed the bank.
And it's not a bank that FEDOR GORST misses very often. It was all about the cue ball and getting on that red 3. And I think he served up a nice one with an easy angle to get on the 3 ball.
Chance got on the opening shot is where that rack started to fall apart.
Just a little speed control coming one rail. He'll spread the angle. That way the speed doesn't have to be so good.
This final's in the balance. This is the start we wanted for both players.
Up and CHUNG going 2-1.
And it's a start which leaves us even after 4 racks. 2-all. Well, that template is so thin. When you hold one, you can barely believe it's there. So it has to be going extremely slowly.
Oh,
The cue ball to be repelled. Fine shot there.
Yeah, also, the cue ball was not going behind the 9, so it actually didn't matter. It was just something I spotted.
Yeah, and he's got to figure this out because hard to get a lot of speed on this. The 2's not really going to want to exit a lot. So how do you play
Extension,
it?
please.
Do you play underneath, just trying to go 2 rails and get the 2 to the side rail and play from there? You really try to get some separation. I think you give a better chance of selling out a good shot. Right, going for the make.
Well, that's what you do. You put Little Cole back in trouble. What a kick shot.
Yeah, that's just like the kick and stick you see where they come behind the ball. The top English actually reverses and kind of acts like draw on contact with the object ball. But I didn't think he could get enough speed the way the cueing was. Oh, there's a little
The
gap.
extension, please.
So I gotta believe he's gonna. Oh, he's jumping this. Wow.
the two he knocked in the opening rack. He's putting together his own personal jump shot highlights reel here.
Settle down, please. Thank you.
Well, Hannah had asked about, you know, the differences in the players, and one of the things I immediately said, you got to give the jumping edge to FEDOR GORST, but I couldn't have been more wrong.
And this is how well you have to play the jump shot to edge GORST in that category.
Cole would have fancied potting the 3-ball there. That was the intention, I believe.
Yeah, you can tell he wants it, though. Kind of threw the body at the hit of the 3. Well, no jump cue this time. He's looking at a 3-rail angle. It looks like the 8's in the way of the 3-rail angle to me. Like he's going to get on top of the 6.
Yeah, don't forget the rail as well. He's got to make sure he contacts a rail, so he's got to get it. Got to hit a rail.
Foul stroke.
Yeah.
No contact. Throw with the rail after contact. Falling now.
It's two players from other corners of the world battling it out for the Barry Berman Trophy, which goes with the most historic title in pool. 4-2 to GORST. We've not had a break and run from either player yet in this final. This might be a chance.
Incredible, really, because I believe both players have pocketed the one every break, but on low on the cue ball. Bit of momentum happening here now for GORST.
Well, this is the sort of ruthless efficiency we saw from him in turning things around against Pechelge earlier today. And in the 7th rack, we're finally going to have our first break and run.
FEDOR GORST wins it.
And that's why FEDOR GORST now leads 5-2.
Avoiding the pocket. Okay. Ko does have a shot. Nothing easy and very much an impeding ball for getting position on the red 3. He's going to have to gamble a little bit here with the cue ball.
It's gone wrong. It's gone majorly wrong.
Okay, this 2-rail kick here. He wants to come across it, sending the cue ball towards the 4-5. This kick's easily misjudged on the slick table. Now I like that angle he's on there. Oh, he's going 3. Maybe 5. Maybe 5.
Well, it's brought the house down. Nevertheless, he's left the chance.
You didn't see that one, JJ. That's unlike you.
And really, I mean, I was going to say, and really, besides a safety that really went awry for Ko Ping-chung, really hasn't been a whole lot he's done wrong.
Big miss, JJ. Big miss, that is.
Huge.
You talked about gambling there, JJ. We are in Atlantic City. Ko Ping-chung took a gamble on red 3, made contact, seemed to have handed the rack away. What a moment this could be.
veteran realizes coming out of the pocket there, rail first, can be subtle. So making sure of things. And, you know, well, I think the last game was the first time I started to really see the heart pumping on Koping's chest, Koping Young's chest, but I was going to say that 2-ball to me may have calmed him down, but now a huge miss. Did he think maybe he was going to use the purple there, Carl, to flick the 3 in?
Possibly. Maybe just misjudged the spin.
Extension,
because he was trying to avoid the pink 4, which he did, but he's forgot to pop the 3. So GORST, after that previous mistake in the last rack, he's back at the table with a chance. This is going to make GORST feel a little better than he was about 3 minutes ago. He was shocked he missed that ball.
Well, they're even now, aren't they? Koping-Chung capitalised on the error in the previous rack. Had the chance to build on it and get back to only 1 behind. But his own big error swung things back the other way. And now Koping-Chung is back to where he started from, with a 3-rack deficit to try to overturn. FEDOR GORST leads the US Open final by 6 racks to 3.
I'm really surprised he didn't stay a little more aggressive trying to get to the backside of this 3-ball. He's going to really put some effort into this. A lot of speed, trying to make it tighten up.
It was a big shot to take on.
Well, that's why I imagined more speed. That way it got away from the pocket if it didn't go. I thought he would dig on the cue ball as well. Big, big moment for Koping-Chung. Does he just take it simply from the center of the table here? I think that's the play.
Called.
Yeah, he's just going to make sure he's got a shot on the pink 4 here. If he does get on the pink 4, all the balls are sat pretty, so why take a risk? The 4's far enough off the back rail. Even if you land on the kitchen line, as long as you're in that little gap, I think he's going to take a risk here.
Coming down the left side of the table.
Yeah. This looks okay.
He's going to get a friendly bump.
Yeah, very friendly.
Yeah.
Everything. That's why he put a big stroke on it. Don't be fooled. What a shot from Koping-Chung.
As you said there, Jeremy, it feels as though FEDOR GORST has had very much the upper hand, but he hasn't capitalised on that fully because Koping-Chung is only 2 behind at 6-4.
Position on the pink 4.
Okay, it's GORST who's been making a couple of errors in the potting department. Didn't see him missing that one. Didn't see the earlier 4-ball. Run of the ball favouring GORST at the moment. We know how quickly this can change.
Yeah, especially because Koping-Chung has still continually broke the balls great, right? Just not coming away with something to keep FEDOR in the chair.
Similar shot, as in the position for the 4. This is ideal.
Is he going to get over the 9 again? This could be okay.
Just pulled up in time to make this shot a gimme.
Please.
It's the 3rd or 4th phone that's gone off now. It's a little bit silly. Just because upon pulling the cue back, if that was to go off, that can make you jump.
Well, since GORST went to 4-2, He's always had a lead of at least a couple of racks, but no longer. Ko Ping Chung is back to just a single rack behind. 6-5 in this wonderful United States Open final.
More of like just a downward strike, not really drawing the ball.
Oh my, JJ, what a poke that is.
Well, that's what I said. I really think he's feeling it. He's back in that feeling he had in the semifinal. Yeah, it looks like a safety, and it's got to go. Got to go a bit.
I forgot to play the stunt run through. Wanted the cue
Yeah.
ball through a little more.
I think he was worried about maybe accidentally making the bank with a little stun because he had to cut it a hair to get the cue ball a little closer to the 7.
Extension, please.
And just the out was so tough. The 4 was playable, but look where the 6 was. The 7 didn't go by the 8. So I know it's hard for him to pull on the reins, those offensive reins at the moment, but I think a good decision. Watch out for the 9-ball action here, huh? If he hits the top side of the pink coming off the side cushion, I think he's just going for the all-out make of the pink in the corner, 1 rail. Okay. Normally you would say he's, at least he's got to come with a shot, but I don't feel like this is much of a problem at the moment for Ko Ping Chung.
Do you think FEDOR will be sat in the chair thinking about the missed pot on the 3-ball?
I don't, not dwelling. I mean, of course, he has a lot of time on his hands considering his opponent's at the table. Here, if that's what you're doing, you just never hit it hard enough to scratch.
That was like a bowls shot where the ball just rolls up from a long distance and nestles up to its target. Wonderful judgment.
Yeah, and he almost hit the 8-4 enough to open it up for a future shot. Is he going to break this out? Wow, what a shot.
Well, JJ, you said he's a master with the short stick. He just proved it. He's having a look though. Does this? Surely he can.
Look how square he hit the cue ball, though. No side spin at all, right?
Yeah, that's tough, yeah. What's he going to leave? Well, he's going to leave a nice little angle. It wasn't easy, to be fair, as JJ said. It was very tight into the middle pocket. You've almost got to just, in some ways, just forget about the cue ball.
Yeah, the only problem was the natural was going towards the upper corner, so he had to manipulate it a little bit, and there was really no safety. That was the other problem.
Just needs a good shot here. Well, that will help.
One thing which hasn't happened yet in this final is him leading by more than 1. Until now, it's 5 in a row for Ko Ping Chung. He leads FEDOR GORST 8 racks to 6.
Oh, the break's getting stronger.
Where's the 3 going?
And the results are getting better.
He's getting into the habit of making multiple balls off the break. 3rd time it's happened in the last 6 racks. It's 1 rack away from going out in the losers qualification round before getting past Radoslav Babica.
Yeah, he had some tough ones and trailed in some matches. just like this one.
The extension, please.
Well, it was close against Alexander Kazakis in the last 64. Only got home 10-8. Jeff DeLuna was beaten 10-3. 10-5 win over Joshua Filler was the one that really made us all sit up and take notice. Then finished so strongly to see off Max Lechner. And then that performance for the ages against Lucius Yap earlier today.
Just took a little bit of time there. He knew he had to put a bit of English on it, because the cue ball had come over a little far on the previous.
Yeah, that's a funny shot on the 7, but now to double digits.
Took him until the 12th rack to have his first break and run of the final. Now he's had 3, including 2 in a row. And from 6-3 down, Ko Ping Chung remarkably leads FEDOR GORST by 10 racks to 6.
Got a great one ball. Got to keep the heat on your opponent. Don't sell out. Don't give them something easy. Don't let them, get to the table with an easy pot, because that's what will get a bit more momentum and a bit more confidence back in the back arm of GORST. This is tricky, awkward cueing.
1 by the 6, cue ball behind the 2-9. Oh, he's going the other way. This is all speed control. All speed control, and it's going to be close.
It is going to be close, but that is a prime example. FEDOR's under the gun. So even though the safety shot, I'm not saying it was a mega difficult safety shot, but when you're under pressure, you've not had a lot of table time. Look at that. That is what Ko is faced with. It's come on the big screen. The crowd know.
Well, the 2-4 combinations there.
The extension, please.
I think
There's a discussion to be had as to who's the best player in the world, and when you consider that tournament you mentioned, Carl, that Ko Ping Chung won recently, Quezon City, if he wins this as well and allied to his overall consistency this year, maybe there's a case for him.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we've had U.S. Open champions, just a couple that really kind of came from nowhere that year, or maybe those couple years. Ooh.
Wow. Okay. That proves how difficult these shots can be. Just fired it into the rail with that little bit of pace.
It also proves the dangers of a commentator describing someone as perhaps the best player in the world.
Yeah, you can see the fans feeling the emotion with Ko Ping Chung. Yeah, this was always going to be funny. This was always going to be funny. Anytime the ball's hanging and you're coming across from the middle of the table,
The extension, please.
it's very hard to predict not only the cue ball speed, but kind of the line on the cue ball. This is where the training comes in. You got to ignore some things and just knock a tough ball in.
Huge, huge shot coming up here on the brown 7.
Yeah, I might simplify it here. He may just go right at the 8 with the cue ball, trying to simplify this shot on the 7.
Watch outside pocket.
Watch out is right. Watch out is right.
Ball in hand.
Well, this is disastrous for GORST. He was at the table after the Ko Ping Chung
Thank you, set it down,
mistake, a
please.
rare
Stop
mistake
shot clock,
in
please.
the balls for little Ko. GORST has not capitalised.
Yeah, and he almost knew it before it caught the 3rd rail. It was going to be close. Hit the 7 clean. And I think he did the right thing, simplifying the shot.
Well, there hasn't been much opportunity coming the way of FEDOR GORST during this remarkable run from Ko Ping Chung. But the door was opened a little
Ping Chung.
twice in that round, and still Ko Ping Chung has won it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to use a rail here. He could kill the ball or draw to the side rail. There's more angle.
Pure ball striking. That's what Ko Ping Chung possesses. Just gets through the ball. Very nice.
But don't you think it's improved in the last year and a half or so? I mean, it was always good, but I think it's just gotten better.
Yeah, I mean, wins. You know, when you're winning tournaments like that over in the Philippines with that type of field, I mean, it's got to help.
Yeah, you really start to believe in it more and more. Yeah, it's a funny shot as well on the slick table. You got to kind of smooth it into position, or else the ball can arc on you.
After his dominant performance in the semi-final earlier today, as dominant as you'll ever see, really, against Lucius Yap. Bit of a come down at the start of this final, had to adjust to a different sort of contest, and things weren't going his way. But since this final started to turn around, he's just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And now he's on the hill, one rack away from winning the United States Open. One more needed.
Okay, 5-ball needs to stop, and he'll have a shot on the 2.
He's got that shot.
JJ.
Yeah,
he
he's
does.
got it. He's got it. He's got a natural path around the 8 to swing the cue ball right of the pink and back up table for the red 3. It's a kind of a floater a little bit, Carl, to hit the numbers on the entire shot. Little speed control needed.
I wonder what Fedor GORST is thinking. Early on in this match, JJ, he was 6-3 up. Everything was looking good for Fedor. He missed that pink 4 in the corner. That might have put a seed of doubt. Then he missed that big 3-ball.
Well, as far as the speed's going to be great here. Now the pink 4 is definitely the shot now that he's got the 2 down. But, you know, as much the pink 4 you missed earlier, you know, when you were talking about, is I think that did a lot for CHUNG as far as like, okay, I'm going to get back on the board here. It's not going to get a little sideways early. And I'm just curious, you know, if he does get out here, at some time, you know, Federer will shake this off, and I'd love to ask him why he didn't attack on that 1 ball when it was, what, 8-6, 9-6?
Yeah, but if you remember the very next rack, CHUNG missed the 3-ball in the corner. Fedor got out, but it was the rack after where he missed the other 3-ball in the side. So it was that little section of the match where, as you said, did it affect Fedor mentally? He didn't want to attack the 1 ball that you just spoke about. Then he played a bit of a loose safety in that rack, didn't he, where he was about 2 feet off pace.
Extension, please.
Yeah, at this level, you know, misses surprise you, but then you know they're going to happen. But some of maybe that couple choices, and that's the one that really shocked me. There's that kill stroke again that has been one of his best friends the entire tournament. And the key to that is you can't let up. You have to dig on the ball and understand the tip position is what slows it down, not really the swing.
If he finishes it off right here, right now, talk about a dash for the line. It will be 4 break-and runs in the last 5 racks.
This one's a little funny with the 9 there, drawing it or going forward with the 8.
Well, centre of the table for the brown 7 would be absolutely ideal, because he can then cut the 7 in, come over to the left side of the table. What a chance this is. He has played phenomenal, considering he was 6-3 down.
Yeah, almost really just replace where the cue ball's at now.
Settle down.
He's powered the ball nicely. He can draw it up the right rail. Don't force it if it's not there. I don't think where he's at here, he'll get to the rail before the side, so catching the point, not really a problem.
Yeah, I think that's smart, JJ. All he needs is a little bit of right English, send it onto that rail, it'll pull it back down. See the English?
Yes.
Oh, this is it. This is it, people.
Yeah, just a little floater, or he can come above the 9 for the corner. I think he'll ease it in, play for the side.
Yeah, and like modern day sports.
He did come above. And he's a happy man now. Yes,
Everybody
he is.
watching has got the phones out. Everybody in the arena have got their phones out. Ko Ping-chung, this 9-ball.
They came to Atlantic City from lands far flung, and the last man standing is Ko Ping-chung. Because with a remarkable run of 10 racks in a row, he has defeated FEDOR GORST 13-6, and he is the United States Open Champion of 2023.
Oh, boy.
Be careful, boys.
I think they may have done this before.
Brothers in arms, they have him in their arms.
I think that proposition a little easier with Ko Ping-chung being the one held.
Do you think they've been practicing that all week in the room?
Salman Kuso from Caesars Entertainment has got the winner's plaque to present to your 2023 champion, Ko Ping-chung. We've got plenty to give you, Ko. Also along on stage with us are two of Barry Burnham's children, Brady and Shannon, and it's time that we put this all-important green jacket on you, Ko. It looks good on you. It looks very good on you. And Shannon, you have the honours of handing over that fantastic trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 US Open champion! I have to.